The Greek city of Massalia, now known as Marseille, is one of France's oldest towns and enjoys a unique and fascinating history dating back to antiquity. Founded by audacious settlers, Massalia was a trading and prosperous center and played a key role in the cultural exchange between the Greek world and the distant Iberian and Gaul lands. Massalia was established by Greek settlers around 600 BC. Its foundation history is tied to the city of Phocaea, a Greek city located in Asia Minor region of present-day Turkey. Towards the 7th century BC, Phocaea faced political problems and instability, leading some of its citizens to seek new opportunities in distant lands. A group of these settlers, headed by a man called Protus, sailed across the Mediterranean until they reached the coast of present-day France. They eventually found a favorable location near the mouth of the Rhone River, offering access to both sea and land trade. This vantage point was chosen as the site to establish a new Greek colony, known as Massalia. According to tradition, Protus was warmly welcomed by the villagers, led by the Greek princess Gyptus. As the legend goes, she was impressed by Protus, and in a sign of hospitality and alliance, chose him as her husband, symbolizing the union between the Greek settlers and the locals. This union between Protus and Gyptus is often considered the founding myth of Massalia. Massalia's foundation was a typical undertaking of the Greek city-states of the time, seeking to expand their influence through colonization. The Greek settlers not only established a city, but also brought with them their culture, language, and traditions, building a new community that reflected their Greek origins. Massalia prospered over time as an important commercial post in the Western Mediterranean, establishing trade relations with other Greek cities, as well as with native communities in the region. Its foundation heralded the beginning of a long and varied history that has shaped the city and its influence over the centuries. Massalia is said to have been decked out with temples, theaters, and other public buildings typical of ancient Greek architecture. While few physical traces remain today, one can reasonably suppose that the city shared many of the architectural styles and techniques common in other Greek cities. Religion was a central part of ancient Greek life, and Massalia was no exception. Temples consecrated to Greek deities such as Zeus, Athena, and Apollo probably peppered the city's landscape, and religious festivals were held regularly. Massalia's economy was primarily seaborne, and the city was known for exporting products such as wine, olive oil, and ceramics. Foreign merchants and traders contributed to the city's economic diversity. Commerce in Massalia was not just an exchange of goods, but also a cultural interaction. There were merchants and travelers from different ethnic and cultural backgrounds who enhanced the city and contributed to its diversity. Massalia soaked up cultural influences from different Mediterranean parts, absorbing elements of art, architecture, cuisine, and foreign languages. Its wealth and influence from trade made it a city of interest to other regional powers, such as Carthage and Rome, who sought to control trade in the Western Mediterranean. Massalia's history, like many ancient cities, was shaped by a series of conflicts, wars, and military alliances, both with other Greek cities and with foreign powers. Massalia faced mounting military challenges from the Celtic and Ligurian tribes that inhabited the Gaul region. These native peoples often led raids against the Greek city, sometimes in league with other powers, such as the Iberian tribes that inhabited present-day Spain and Portugal. Massalia sought Rome's protection from external threats at times in its history, especially during the clashes with Carthage during the Punic Wars. This strategic alliance with Rome strengthened Massalia's hold on the Western Mediterranean and helped guarantee its independence and security. The Roman influence in Massalia had a major impact on the city's history and development over time. It was gradually absorbed into the Roman Empire during the 1st and 2nd centuries BC. As Rome expanded its influence over the Western Mediterranean, the city became part of the Roman province of Transalpine Gaul, which encompassed much of modern-day France. Upon joining the Roman Empire, Massalia experienced a Romanization process, in which aspects of Roman culture, language, and institutions were embraced by the local population. Roman architecture and customs were introduced to the city, adding to the existing Greek heritage. The Romans spent time improving Massalia's infrastructure, building roads, aqueducts, and other engineering projects to upgrade the city's connectivity and standard of living. As the Roman Empire declined in the 5th century AD, Massalia went through a difficult period of turbulence and change as control over the region changed hands and the city experienced political and social challenges. Like many Roman cities, Massalia was subject to raids by barbarian tribes such as the Visigoths, Ostrogoths, and Franks, who led to destruction and chaos in the region. Massalia was merged into the Kingdom of Provence, part of the Carolingian Empire at the beginning of the medieval period, when Charlemagne and his successors ruled. This era brought a degree of political stability and gradual rebirth of the city, which gradually reclaimed its role as a learning and intellectual exchange center, attracting renowned scholars and artists. Many of the architectural and urban features of ancient Massalia, such as the winding streets and defensive walls, are still visible in parts of Marseille's old town, known as Le Panier. Massalia's rich Greek cultural legacy remains alive in modern Marseille through festivals, celebrations, and events celebrating Greek history and influence in the city, providing a testament to the long-lasting influence the Greek city has had on the region and Western history.